We all know that the world of flora is diverse and unique. About 320,000 different species of plants grow on our planet. They can be both beautiful and ugly, healthy and dangerous, tasty and poisonous. Each of them is unique in its own way. When looking at some plants, it is difficult to hide disgust, while it is impossible to take your eyes off others. The fruits of some trees are so valuable that they are comparable in value to jewelry. In this episode, we will tell you about the most dangerous, unusual, and rare plants on our planet. The sundew grows all over the world, and there are more than 100 species of it. Their typical representative is the round-leaved sundew. The leaves of this plant are unusual. They resemble a small plate, the upper part of which is covered with numerous hairs, and at the tip of each of them there is a drop of sticky liquid that attracts the attention of a potential victim. The inviting drop of such a dew is actually a sticky mucus which deprives the insect of the opportunity to escape. Another representative of this family is the Cape sundew. It also uses its drops as bait and as a weapon at the same time. Each drop is produced by unique glandular organs and contains an enzyme that lures insects and has a paralyzing property. After the bait is worked, the victim tries to escape and thereby gives a signal to the neighboring hares. The nearest elements are used to deal with the insect, and the leaf gradually folds. Puya is considered one of the rarest and very unusual plants. A plant from the bromelide family, it has a limited growing location in Peru, Chile, and Bolivia. This is blue puya. It is a perennial plant with a cactus-like stem, long leaves, and unique inflorescences with bright blue or azure flowers. The stapelia is truly beautiful. It has a large five-pointed star shape with straight or curved petals. This unpretentious plant is quite popular with flower growers, but it has one not entirely pleasant feature. The flowers have a disgusting aroma of rotten meat. It blooms in high summer for 2 weeks with large, starfish-like five-pointed flowers of purple, burgundy, greenish-yellow, depending on the variety, color. Calceolaria uniflora is a perennial mountain plant of the genus Calceolaria. It was first found in the Tierra del Fuego archipelago in South America. This plant grows to only 10 centimeters and, like most overseas species, is exotic to us. The well-known name of this flower is Happy Alien because outwardly it really looks like a hero from a science fiction movie which looks surprised and happy. The marmalade tree is found only in the desert areas of Baja in California and Sonora in Mexico. This is a very peculiar plant that is ideally adapted to the harsh terrain of the desert. It is up to 20 meters high, similar in appearance to a carrot and a cactus at the same time, with prickly branches and yellow flowers with an amazing honey aroma. Chinese farmer Gao Jincheng has bred a new variety of pears. The fruits of his pears are shaped like a Buddha. At the moment, such a smart farmer is thinking about exporting the fruit Buddha to the UK and the USA. In the meantime, pears are sold in China and are very popular there. This plant is called Narilatha, which in Hindi means flower in the shape of a woman. In the local dialect of Sri Lanka, it is also called Lianthampara mala. Its flowers are considered to be one of the most wonderful and rare flowers in the world. Narilatha grows on the hilly slopes of the Himalayas in India and only blooms once every 2 decades. In recent years, mushroom pickers have increasingly begun to find a very unusual mushroom bearing an equally unusual name, red juice tooth, or in Latin, Hydnellum pecki. It looks really similar. As you can see, a thick red liquid similar to blood flows out through the pores of the mushroom. Hydnellum pecki is the only mushroom that can be classified as a predator. The bright color of the drops and the specific nutty smell attracts insects. They land on the surface of the mushroom, stick, and become food for the fungus. Unusual monkey-like orchids grow in the southeast of Ecuador and on the territory of the Peruvian misty forests. The scientific name of the flowers is the Dracula simia. The flowers are very similar to a monkey's face and are unique. They can bloom at any time of the year. In addition, Dracula simia was defined as a separate genus in 1978 by the famous American botanist Luer. This genus unites 120 species of orchids. Hildewentera coldodomonanis, also known as the monkey's tail cactus, is a unique species from the cactus family. It is found in South America, especially in Uruguay and Bolivia. The appearance of this cactus really resembles the tail of a monkey, thanks to its green, creeping stems, which can reach a length of up to 130 centimeters. Now let's continue the topic of mushrooms. Let's focus on another interesting specimen called Clethurus archeri. This is a mushroom that produces not only an intimidating impression, but also emits a nasty smell of rotten meat. It fully justifies its name of the octopus stinkhorn. Clethurus archeri grows in acidic soils in deciduous and mixed forests. It can also be occasionally found in meadows and parks. The peak of development of the mushroom is from July to September. The most fetid flower in the world has bloomed in Belgium. Amorphophallus titanium, also known as Titan arum, blooms extremely rarely. The flower reaches a height of 2.44 meters. Amorphophallus, translated from Greek shapeless phallus, is also called a corpse flower for the strong smell of rotten meat exuded by it and its appearance resembling a piece of rotting flesh. In Australia, there is an unusual species of orchids that are very similar in shape to a flying duck. For insects, which are called sawflies, the upper part of the flower resembles the female sawfly, which attracts males. The orchid uses males as pollen transporters from one part of the flower to another. Aristolochia, or the Dutchman's pipe. As you can guess, it is often called Darth Vader. This is a Brazilian creeper which not only looks sinister, this plant is extremely toxic for people. In addition, its smell, similar to the smell of rotting meat, is used to attract various pollinating insects. Darlingtonia californica earned the nickname of the cobra lily for its predatory appearance. This is a rather smart plant that not only lures insects with sweet secretions so that they slide along the walls of the box, but has a whole maze with dead ends. Once inside, the insect is broken down by digestive enzymes, which are then absorbed by the plant. It grows mainly in the swamps of North America. At the same time, one can keep it at home. There are many different plants and flowers in the world, but the largest is the corpse flower. It doesn't sound like a very pleasant name, does it? This plant is often called this because it emits an extremely unpleasant smell reminiscent of rotting meat. But outwardly, the flower looks beautiful. Take a look at these bright colors, powerful and large petals, and interesting shapes. Its size can reach 100 centimeters with a weight of up to 10 kilograms. Many people probably know the Venus flytrap. The flower closes its brightly colored trap leaves with an unusual speed for the plant, dotted with sharp and long spikes along the edges. The instantaneous reaction occurs reflexively as soon as the victim touches the sensitive hairs on the surface. The closed, dense bivalve leaf immediately turns from a trap into the stomach of the Venus flytrap, where the digestion of the next portion of food begins. Passion fruit flowers delight with some unreal cosmic beauty, an unusual complex shape, and a combination of bright colors. These are magnificent large flowers with a multi-level complex shape similar to a royal crown or star. Depending on the type, they can be white, blue, purple, or red. By the way, the flowers have a very pleasant aroma. The bee orchid has a bright and attractive color and the bizarre shape of a laughing bee. All this is necessary for the flower to attract real pollinating bees. Such a cheerful insect flower can be seen in England, Ireland, and Wales. However, we're not sure why it is so happy because this flower has no reason to have fun. It is considered one of the endangered species. The rosary pea is considered one of the most poisonous of all seed plants. The lethal dose for a laboratory mouse is 1 microgram. For humans, it's about a milligram, that is, about as much as is contained in one seed. All parts of the rosary pea are poisonous, but the seeds are the most poisonous of them, and the poison persists in them for many years. The native tribes believe that the rosary pea protects against evil forces. To do this, a piece of the root of the plant is worn on the belt. The crane flower is a species of the orchid family native to the tropical and subtropical forests of South America. In nature, the crane flower can be found at an altitude of 2,000 to 4,000 meters above sea level. The flower was named after the Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Pandanus odorifer, or fragrant screw pine, is a species of plant in the Pandanaceae family. It is widely distributed in India. Monkeys and bats love to eat its fruits. The plant blooms with very fragrant orange-yellow flowers. In addition, its inflorescences resemble earrings. It differs from other pandanus in that the spikes cover not only the entire lower surface of the leaf, but also are located on the upper side. It can be called a ghost, a frog, or a symbiote. It's all about an orchid growing on trees. The roots of the orchid are gray-green, which makes them invisible against the background of the tree. There is no foliage. As a result, when white flowers appear, it feels like they are hanging in the air. This was the reason for comparing the mysterious orchid with a ghost. Strongylodontid macrobotris, the emerald vine as it is otherwise called, is a magnificent vine with unique clusters of turquoise blue flowers. There is simply no more amazing plant on the planet. In the world, this color is known as Tiffany. The flowers of the emerald vine glow at night. The pollination is carried out with the help of bats. Jabuticaba is an exotic, slow-growing, medium-sized, up to 12 meters in height tree with a thin, straight trunk covered with thin bark with characteristic grayish-brown spots. After pollination, fruits are formed on the plant. They are small, the size of a large grape, elliptical or rounded drupes that grow on the trunks and branches of the tree.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
Nepenthes, or monkey cups, this plant can be found mainly in tropical forests and grows like a vine. It is not difficult to guess that the monkey cup got its name because of the unusual shape of the leaves resembling a cup. The walls of the cup are covered with a slippery substance and do not allow insects to get out. Yellow and purple lady slippers orchids. Once these orchids could be found throughout Europe, but it is not easy to grow such a flower. At first, it needs nutrients, which are provided by a special fungus that lives in the soil. Only over time, the strengthened plant develops leaves that provide it with the process of photosynthesis. Kiwano is an exotic fruit native to Africa. Kiwano is often called horned or jelly melon, although in fact it is the closest relative of cucumber. Its yellow skin is covered with pointed pimples. There are a lot of cucumber-like seeds under the dense and edible peel. The flesh is juicy and jelly-like. Kiwano flavor is a combination of banana, cucumber, zucchini, and kiwi flavors. Aldrovanda vesiculosa grows in Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia. It is a carnivorous, rootless plant that preys mainly on small aquatic vertebrates. It has a unique trap device which consists of two parts. When an insect hits it, the trap instantly closes and does not allow the victim to get out. Selenoceras grandiflorus, or the Queen of the Night. The Selenoceras genus includes about 20 species of cacti. The flowers are large, up to 30 centimeters in diameter, up to 20 centimeters long, with a vanilla smell, as well as white and golden petals. The flowering time is May. The Queen of the Night cactus blooms for only a few hours once a year. Hura crepitans, or the sandbox tree, is native to the tropics of North and South America. The tree is nicknamed dynamite for its specific fruits, which explode when ripe. This is how the tree tries to scatter its seeds as far as possible. The seeds fly at a speed of up to 250 kilometers per hour. The tree is easily recognizable by its smooth trunk, covered with long, thick thorns. Dracunculus vulgaris. In nature, Dracunculus vulgaris grows in the Balkans, Greece, Turkey, and the island of Crete. Despite its tropical appearance, the plant is quite cold resistant. Dracunculus vulgaris starts to attract attention as soon as its powerful sprouts with 3 leaves at the top appear from the ground. The carved leaves, arranged in a spiral on the stem, resemble deer antlers in shape. Cherimoya is the most delicious fruit in the world. Annona cherimoya has another name. It is called the ice cream tree since the flesh tastes just like ice cream. It's eaten chilled, so the taste becomes more saturated. Today, it is believed that cherimoya is the most delicious exotic fruit in the world. In the Australian deserts, one can find the Sturt's desert pea, or swainsona. The swainsona is a little-known plant, but it deserves attention because of its unusual and beautiful flower. The plant is not picky, so it grows in the desert without excessive resources.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
Peristeria alata. The homeland of this flower is South America. It looks remarkably like a snow-white pigeon preparing to fly high into the sky. During the construction of the Panama Canal, one of the largest habitats of this species was destroyed, so now it is on the verge of extinction. Rambutan is a fruit crop growing in regions with a tropical climate. The trees can be up to 20 meters high. The harvest season lasts from May to October, and one fruit tree can produce about 20 kilograms of fruit. Trees grow in large numbers in India, Indochina, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and other tropical countries. Nepenthes attenboroughii, or Attenborough's pitcher plant, is a montane species of carnivorous pitcher plant of the genus Nepenthes. It can be found on the island of Palawan in the Philippines. It feeds on insects that fall into its pitcher-shaped trap. The largest of the found plants of this species had a volume of 1.5 liters, so this is the largest trap among insectivorous plants. The average size of the trap is about 25 centimeters long and 12 centimeters wide. Albuca spiralis, commonly called the corkscrew albuca or frizzle sizzle, appeared in South Africa. This place has a very harsh climate. The sun is mercilessly hot in the summer, There is no sign of rain, and it is cold in winter. But it is thanks to such conditions that Albuca spiralis has acquired its amazing shape. The lithops plant is native to the sandy and rocky deserts of South Africa. Scientists count more than 30 types of living stones. The lithops consists of two thick fused leaves separated by a small gap from where the pedicule appears. Lithops is a master of disguise. The similarity to the stone allows it to be protected from extreme desert conditions. Akebia is a genus of 5 species of flowering plant within the family Lardizabalaceae. In addition, it bears edible fruit containing sweet white flesh. It tastes like a mixture of bananas, lychee, and passion fruit. To obtain fruits, it is necessary to have at least 2 plants or different varieties. The pollination radius is very large. This is the Zingiber spectabile. It comes from the same genus that contains everyone's favorite plant used in Japanese cuisine. However, the roots of this plant are not eaten because its highlight is absolutely different. We need to take a look at the flowers. The flowers of the Zingiber spectabile, as you might guess, look most like small houses of well-known buzzing insects or huge fir cones. Lamprocapnos spectabilis. The name of this plant is translated as the bleeding heart. Of course, this is a symbol of true love. The plant forms a spreading shrub with maroon stems and grows to a height of 60 to 80 centimeters. This beauty blooms in May and June with unusual looking flowers.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Pleosocarius, or Hericeris, is a genus of cactus native to Mexico, the Caribbean, and Brazil. This Brazilian species has a branched shape and flowers at night, most easily recognizable by its beautiful bright blue skin, which is complemented by its bright yellow spikes. Pleosocarius is an impressive blue cactus found in semi-tropical areas of Brazil. Its dramatic color is amazing, even more stunning among the green plants. The blue becomes brighter with the age of the cactus. Brachychiton rupestris, or the bottle tree, has the shape of a huge bottle. The tree can reach 15 meters in height. As for the diameter of such a tree, it can reach 3 meters, and the tree grows in eastern Australia and is very much loved by the local population. When periods of drought come, the leaves of the tree are used for livestock feed. In addition, a very sweet juice accumulates in the upper part of the trunk in special cavities. Hydnora africana. This plant is endemic to southern Africa and grows mainly underground. The only part of it that becomes visible is the fleshy flower. But if you need to describe the main characteristic of this plant, you will have to deal with its stinky smell. It uses this terrible smell to attract its natural pollinators, including beetles. Onigoxanthos is a small genus of Australian plants in the bloodwort family Haemoderaceae. The 11 species and their subspecies are commonly known as kangaroo paw or cat's paw, depending on their size and the shape and color of their flowers. Protea rupicola, also known as the Krantz sugar bush, is a flowering shrub belonging to the genus Protea. It prefers sandstone, ridge reefs, and rocky slopes at an altitude of 1,300 to 2,000 meters above sea level. On the left photo, one can see the Hydnora africana, one of the strangest looking plants on Earth. It is a parasite, as it adheres to the roots of trees and shrubs, taking away nutrients from them. The plant on the right looks no less strange. This is Nepenthes, also known as tropical pitcher plants or monkey cups. According to a recent study, the edible lion's mane mushroom, known as Hericium erinaceus, can stimulate the growth of nerve cells and improve memory. The fungus is found in the northern temperate latitudes of Western Europe, North America, Japan, Russia, and China. Taka is a perennial plant. The flower, due to its unique appearance, has received several names such as devil's flower, bat, and even a butterfly. Taka's homeland is Southeast Asia and West Africa with their tropical climate. This is one of the most unusual and bizarre plants that nature has created.